Good. There we are. Hello, Planet Rockers. It is Paul, for another mixing live stream for the 2026 Planet Cool Metal Sessions. And tonight I'm going to do Exorcism, the song. And this one has vocals. So the other two songs that I'm going to do, including this one, has vocals now. The last one I did, the Geezer Blitz, was an instrumental, and that was cool. That actually worked out really well. So I'm just going to go through a couple things and I'm going to actually live mix it. This is going to actually be what you're going to hear on the live stream. It's going to go into the 15 platforms, including YouTube, as a lyric video. So yeah, I recorded everything down in Boiler Room Studios. I'm in the Planet Cool office, as you can see in the back. All these cool things on the wall because, well, 8 years later, right? And then, you know, everything was done in Boiler Room Studios, all in pieces. So I take the pieces and I put it together as a final mix. As you will see right here, I have final mix below. So before I start putting things down there, I'm going to be putting them in another workspace, which is right here, this workspace, and mixing them down as a WAV file. Because I found when you're doing this, where you go mix and render to new track, it isn't the same as when you're putting it as an export to a WAV file. I learned that just recently with Audacity, that there's a difference, and they even say it online, there's a difference. I wish I had known that. I wish I had known that a few years ago. Anyways, just starting here, putting this into my workspace, which is right here. Okay, so what does that exactly mean in terms of what I'm doing here? What I'm doing is I'm now going to listen to it, watch my levels over here, making sure that I've got everything set to a certain dB. And as you look over here, see where it says minus 15, minus 12. I'm going to try and do it to about minus 15. If you're right here, you can't hear nothing. So this is what I learned with Audacity with the speaker symbol and the playback level. Having it between 15 to 12 is good, because once you get into here, it's too loud. It goes into red. Just something that I don't know if you're using Audacity and you hadn't noticed that. If you don't use Audacity, don't pay attention to this part. But for people who are using Audacity, that's just something I learned. You probably all know this. I'm a slow learner. I learn things very slow sometimes. So that's okay. That's just how it is. Okay. There we go. Let's just see how the levels. So see over here, it's pretty good. So this seems all good. See, it's right there. Okay, see how it's in the red there? Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at minus 5. Let's see how that works. Now what I can do from this point on is I can just do the envelope thing, put a little dot there, there, and just do this. And this could go to negative probably 6. That's not too bad. Not as red now, so that's good. Actually, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I like that. So what am I doing next? Well, I'll tell you what I'm doing next. I am going to take this and go down here, and I'm going to go to export audio. And what I want to do is I want to do custom mapping, which I didn't realize in the new version of Audacity that you actually have to select it in this part. You can do it in the old one, because I use a Windows 7 system, which is actually a really good system. And the laptop that I'm using is solid. You can't break this thing. This thing is awesome. What I do is I do custom mapping only so that I can control the way it's going to be. So I'm going to do it like 2 channels, and you'll see what I'm going to do in a sec when I do that. I just have to label this so I have it all labeled. Entire project, yes. Export. Ah, crap. You know what? Got to do it again. Because I remember that when you do cut, you have to configure. And then, yeah, there it is. Save. Configure right here. So in here, I do this with my other version of Audacity. And what I do with this one, there we go. And export. Yes, I want to replace. Okay, so what does this mean? Okay, so I've done that. So what that means is I go over here to the actual song, and then I go to my folder that has this. On my computer. Okay, there it is. Now, I go solo because I want all this other stuff muted, and I'm going to do the same for all the different instruments. So I go with drums first. Don't know why. I could either do drums or vocals first. Doesn't really matter. But for this one, I started with drums. But you could just start with vocals. The reason I start with vocals is because I make sure that that's the thing that's most pronounced. Because what do people remember in a song? The melody. And what do they hear? That's usually the loudest. The vocals. Next, usually the drums, or depending on another instrument that they've got there. So let's just see how this all came out here. Yeah, that sounds good. The levels seem good. I like it. Okay. So next, what I want to do is work with the vocals. So if you look on my Audacity, I have all these vocals right here. So I'm going to do what I did with the drums, which is right here. So I'm going to get rid of these. That's done. So I'm going to go over here and do this. Okay. I'm going to leave it at that.
The camel shadows pulling the strings, whispers of power from mysterious kings.
So I'm going to do another layer of the mixed vocals, and I'm going to do a bit of a little fun thing here. I'm going to make this all the same, which you can do in the new Audacity. You can make it so that when you mix and render, it comes out all, and it's easier for when you're doing stuff like this. I am going to move this over a little bit. Let's do this. Here we go.
The camel shadows pulling the strings, whispers of power from mysterious kings.
Yeah, I like that.
Vile puppets destroying it. Vile puppets.
Okay, I want to see what that says. So I think that was
Vile puppet.
yep. I didn't realize I had a word in there. Sometimes when you're recording vocals, sometimes some of the words don't come out because of the mic or just the way the volume is. And
Vile puppets destroying every
perfect.
deed.
I love it.
Ripping the harvest.
Like that.
Ripping the harvest to sow malicious seeds.
Okay, so what I listen for is that all the words have come through, and if certain things have to be emphasized volume-wise.
Preaching to the masses for future demand.
So like right here, just gonna make this a little bit more. Actually, that's too much. So sometimes what I'll do is I'll go to filter EQ, flatten that, just go a little bit this way. Yeah, that's
For
perfect.
future
That's how I increase
it's
the
a
volume.
digital reign of false preemption.
I'm gonna do something here. Just gonna do, yeah, for all of this here. I'm gonna do just a little bit of a change to pitch, but not much. 0.05. Why?
The camo shadows pulling the strings, whispers
Yep. Skip.
from devils to DC, the tentacles spread, controlling the masses,
I like that.
driven by demons.
So sometimes I'm just making sure I like what I'm doing in terms of the vocals. I'm just making sure everything comes through.
Demons to wreck and destroy.
Yeah. By just looking at,
United as one with a furious might, will banish the darkness and bring back the light.
yeah, I like that.
We need an exorcism. Exorcism.
Okay, so I want to make this a little louder.
It's time for an exorcism.
And for some reason, let's just see, is this why I can't find it? No. Huh. Just trying to find my, I don't have my reverb. Okay. Echo. That's what I want.
We need an exorcism. Exorcism.
All right. Just gonna try something here. Might be because, yeah, that's exactly what it is. Okay. I just have to fix something in my display here because I'm not able to go down to the where do they have it at? Ah, that's why. Okay. That's it. Keep changes. All right. Just a small little change in my Audacity. No, not my Audacity, in my computer. So, what I want to do is just do,
We need an exorcism.
okay. Right here.
Exorcism.
Oh. Right here.
From devils to DC, the
No.
we need an exorcism.
Yep, right here. I just want to do something with that. If I go, you see now I can see that arrow. I don't know if you can see that, but there's an arrow. That's why I couldn't go to reverb the last time. Okay, usually what I do for that is either this voice tone.
We need an exorcism.
No, there is one that I like as a small room dark. I think it's this one.
We need an exorcism. Exorcism.
And oh,
We
and room size, I change it there, and I do the stereo width. I just need to know what it sounds.
We need an exorcism! Exorcism!
I'm going to do a little bit more for the room size.
We need an exorcism! Exorcism!
And the reverberance I'm going to do more of.
We need an exorcism! Exorcism!
Too much. Let's go over here.
We need an exorcism! Exorcism!
Perfect. That's what I wanted.
We need an exorcism! Exorcism!
Perfect. I like that. That's cool.
Exorcism!
Okay. Let's do this. I want to now go here to my filter, that one there.
Exorcism! Exorcism! Exorcism!
Sometimes what I do is when I'm recording the vocals in from the mixer to the Adobe program or the Audacity program downstairs, I don't do any effects. I don't do any delays or anything. I just do it clean. So what you're getting is my voice, and then I go in here and
Exorcism!
yeah, I make it so that it's all super clean and all that. Okay, so I'm gonna now do the thing for exporting. This is going pretty good so far. So vocals, exorcism. This didn't take me long to write either as a songwriting process. That went pretty fast, and I had the lyrics pretty fast. I had a very good idea how I was going to do this, so I was pretty happy the way that all came together in the writing process, which I did last September. From September to like December, I was doing pre-production on all these songs, and it was good. It went really well, and now I'm going to do the same for next year's sessions. I do have all the songs figured out in terms of titles and some lyrics and everything. And once August, September comes around this year, I'm going to start doing pre-production for the 2027 session. So that's going to be cool. I'm really looking forward to that because I have some really good ideas. It is not the metal sessions. It is a completely different style, but still heavy rock with a tinge of southern rock. Not bluesy, but southern rock with a little bit of a push there. It's going to be good. I'm going to be really intrigued by what I can do with that. But now that I've done that, I now can go over here, put the vocals in. So what does that mean? That means I can take this and now work with the vocals and the drums. I want to make sure both work well together, especially with the vocals. I want the vocals to be the pronounced thing, and I think I may have done that. So see if I go -8. Let's see how.
The camel shadows pulling the strings, whispers of power from mysterious kings.
-3.
Wild puppets destroying every deed, ripping the harvest to sow malicious seeds.
Hear that? Okay, when you put it at a low volume, so that's another thing. When I'm not doing this live stream, I'm mixing at a very low volume. And I'm going to do that in a sec because I got to go right here on the marker, and I'm going to turn it down to about, well, let's see, let's turn it down to about 7. Watch this. when you play it. You hear that? You can hear the vocals pretty good still. And even at a low volume, I can hear the drums. I might put this at -4. That actually is pretty good. Now, I'll turn it up so everybody can hear it. But for testing with vocals and the other instruments, at a low volume, I learned this as a trick from somewhere, and I don't know which video or who said it, but they said when you're mixing at a very low volume, because as you turn it up, it all comes through perfectly. But if you mix very loud, it's a little harder to distinguish between the instruments and stuff. I thought that was a pretty interesting take, and it actually works too. So interesting way of seeing that. So I like that. So I put it back up a little bit so we can hear it, and you can hear it pretty good on the stream. But just a trick, just something that I learned, and it does work. Okay, so I did the vocals. So now what do we do next? I am going to go with the guitars now. And I'm going to go with the main guitar, which is, oh, yeah, go with the guitars first. G1. So, as I did with the other one, with the other parts, I'm going to go into here, get rid of this crap, because it is now done. And we have a wave file, so that's kind of cool. So I'm going in here, and there we go. And I clean it up a little bit so we don't hear any of that crap at the beginning, because, you know, with the humming, and sometimes it's good to have that, but in this case I don't want that there. Okay, now I'm going to find out what that is. Ah, it's right here. So I'm going to fade that out a little bit. Let's see, where is the fade out? Okay. Nice. Ah, I like that. I was wondering what that was. As you get better with this stuff, you start to find out where there's these little sounds and crap that you don't want. Because why do you want that, right? Yes. And that's in the intro. This is the intro to the song, which sounds really freaking good. I like that. Just a little bit. I want to fade in because it sounds pretty harsh when it comes in. So let's fade in a little bit on this. Okay, so I'm going to bring this down because that's the mixed version. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to fix the EQ on this. So let's see what I have in my presettings. Let's try, this seems like a good one to try. Now around here, I'm gonna just put that over here, and I'm just gonna go like this. Oh, I like that. Just put it down a little. Usually at 1,000 hertz, You can change some things that... Okay, I'm going to apply that. Okay, I like that. So now we take that and we do it for the whole thing. Perfect. Ah, that's awesome. Okay. Now I'm going to export that. I'm happy with that. And along the way, when I was recording this show, I was doing a lot of the mixing and finessing, modifications and stuff and EQ stuff. So I was already doing that before I was coming to this part, because I found that by doing that this year, that actually really helped make things go smoother. And it did, because I've been mixing, obviously, not all the songs on live streams. I've been doing some that are not going to be on a live stream, and those ones have gone really well, and I've been applying these principles. So, all right, so let's do this. This is G. Okay, G1 wave. I always try to label it the best I can so I know that it is what it is. So, all right, so now that that's done, I come down over here and take that and watch this. It's there. So I'm going to take this down a little bit right here, and I'm going to do that with this. There, let's do that. Yeah. Now it's got to be lined up to this. Let's move this. I'm just trying to match everything up, and I can do that with that. Yeah, there it is. It's going to allow me to match things up. This is why it's not matching up. I didn't realize it wasn't matching up. So now, yeah, now it's in sync. Good. Now I can bring that back up to where G1 is. Perfect. Okay, go back here. Okay, I like that. That seems to work. Let's go with G2 now, which is right here, which is guitar solos and stuff, I think. I don't know, they're stuff. So, same deal. We go over to there, into our workspace, and get rid of this stuff. And let's see what we got here. Nothing yet because, well, I gotta unmute it. There you go. Ah, guitar solo's good. Okay, I like that. Okay. I like it. Okay, let's see what this sounds. Okay, and this I'm going to say export as a mono file, mono track. So there we go. G solo, EXORCISM, and there we go. Custom mapping, configure, all one channel. I never do more than 2 channels because it doesn't work. You don't hear it as a WAV file at that point. It's just, I don't know what it is. I don't know why it does that. But anyways, it doesn't matter because I don't use it. I use 2 channels. So here we go. Guitar solo. Now in here. All right. Okay, let's listen to it as a low volume. See how. Yeah, it's pretty nice. You can hear it in the low volume. That's what I like. It's good. I'm happy with that. So let's do this for this one. And there, and there. The envelope allows me to just control the volume. And Okay, let's bring this down with a little bit of filter EQ. There we go. Too much. Let's go over here. Go a bit more this way. Yeah, that's good. And what I'm going to do with this, I'm going to take that and put that over here. When I double track sometimes, it makes it louder. Now I'm going to just bring that down just a little bit. That's good. Okay, I like that. Okay. And I'm going to bring this. I recorded it like this, but I'm going to bring this stuff over a little closer. Let's bring it a little more this way. I love it. Okay. Nope. Not saving this yet. Oh, yeah, I do want to save it. What am I doing? Yeah, of course I want to save it. Okay, I thought I was saving it as I was going. Oh well. Hey, always remember to save your stuff. Because you know what? If you don't save your stuff, sometimes you freaking lose everything. And I've had it happen. Okay, I want to make that part. I like it. Okay, that's cool. That worked out all right. And I'm going to show you the test that I do now to test that it all came out good. Okay, a couple more things. We can put the effect, keys effect, down in here because I don't need to save it as a WAV file and do anything with that. So let's do this. So when I do that. Now the bass. Now the bass, I have a few tracks for the bass. I'm going to do that, what I've been doing all along, right here. Get rid of this crap here and put the bass in, and here we go. I don't hear anything. Why don't I hear anything? Okay, I don't hear anything. Why don't I hear anything? Okay, that's weird. Okay, no. Okay, so take the bass again, do it as a new thing here. Oh, that's weird. Let's see why. Oh, okay, well that's weird. Why won't it make any sound? My volume, okay. All right. What is it doing with the... Okay. I guess that's... Huh, okay. Well, that's the way the bass is. Okay. I guess I did it that purposely. That's fine. Okay. There. All right, let's get that in there. All right, here. Okay, that's fine. Oh, okay, that's cool. I guess when you hear everything with all the tracks. is it that I want to put a little bit? Okay, right here. Okay, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I just want to put a marker there. This works too, by the way, on both versions of Audacity, or any version. Is you can put a marker in there, and then you can do this, copy, and you know that it's going to be right in the right spot. And I'm going to make this a little bit lower. There we go. Okay, now I want to bring this down just a little bit. Let's go there. Okay, I'm going to make this a little bit louder. There. I'm going to take this and I'm going to make this all one track. Mix and render. Do I have this at 0? No. Okay, I'm going to double up on this. Do this. I'm going to bring this down just a little bit. Okay, good. And then over here. Do this. Bring that over here. Okay, bring that down just a little bit more. We don't want it to Okay, I like it. Okay, so now, here's where the test comes in. I like it. I like the whole thing, how it all came together. Now what we do is we export. Look at that, look at how many parts there are, eh? No, something's not right here. Cancel. I see what the deal is now. Make this all mono. The other program, the older program's a little different in the way it treats it with the okay. I think when I do this, yeah, I see what I gotta do. It includes everything. That's interesting. I didn't realize it would do that. This is just at the bottom, so I just need to do that, that, and that. Yeah, mix drums. Okay, there we go. That drums wave. That's why I labeled it like that, so I can. Okay, cool. Now, what does this all mean? Well, when you look in my folder here, I have it like this. What I do to test it is I go in there and play it on just a regular thing like this. Okay, I'm going to try something here. And here's what I'm going to try. I'm going to take this, copy that, put it in a workspace. Because I think because all that other stuff is there. Bring this down just a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now, what I'd like to be able to see is with the drums all in the same place, which is good. Okay, now I'm going to export it and see the difference. And there will be a difference. There we go. That's better. Yeah, because they were showing all the tracks. That's not what I want, and the old program doesn't do that. All right, now we go here. Shows the time was 8:51. That was it. So I'm going to make the the vocals a little bit. I'm going to double up the vocals, and that should do the trick, which is good. And that'll make it all the difference in the world. I'm just going to make this a little louder. And here we go. And yes, it was inspired by Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio. This song, the inspiration. Yep. So now I'm just going to go back and export again. Yes, Black Sabbath with Dio was a big, huge influence on me, and that is where the inspiration came from for this song in particular, both in structure and just sound and everything, you know, inspired. Didn't want to copy it, could never do that, but that's where it came from. There. Let's do this, export it. Yes, I want to replace it. And we're almost done. Check it out. I did it within an hour. Sometimes it's faster. Okay, maybe I will put the guitar solo down a little bit here because it seems a little too high. And that's the thing with mixing. It's slow and tedious. It's not my favorite part of the whole thing. But I might take this out, and I'm going to make this repeat on a delay. That should be cool. Yeah, you can have fun with this. That's what it's about. It's about having fun. That's it. Ah, see those little last minute things? Those are the good things. That's I like those sometimes. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, let's export this, and I'm happy with this. Because Paul has to be happy with it. Because it ain't working, Paul's not happy. Paul's never happy with a bad mix or bad guitar sound, which I was able to fix with my pedal board and different guitars. By the way, if you have different guitars, like a Jackson, BC Rich, and other makes, use an EQ and some of your effects pedals to modify that and compensate for that. It works. I saw it on YouTube. It actually does work. They're not kidding. That actually works. All right, look at this. And we are done. Nice. All right. So that's it. We are officially done with this one. So that is the workspace that I was using for the bass. I'm going to save this. Save project. So that's it. That's it for the second live stream for mixing live. And you saw it right here. All right, so that is it. That's how I do it. And it works out great. I'm happy with this. And I have one more. No, two more actually. Two more. So Monday afternoon around 6. Monday at 6, I will be doing the next one. And then I have one more, which is maybe one more. I think I have just one more after that, but we'll see. And yeah, and May 26, June 26, Act 1, Act 2 will be released with just the new songs. Bonus tracks will be released in July 26. So there you go. You kind of hint on the theme there. Anyways, have a great one. Be creative. Use your intuition. It's never wrong. And go and be creative now. See ya.